them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy. And this is Tara.
On today's episode, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, shows that are being canceled.
Whee!
Especially with queer characters. We also have a mail sack, but before we get to all that goodness, hey Wendy, what day is it?
I would like to change that title for a moment and say, what day was it?
Oh.
Well, last Wednesday was This Is Tara's birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
This is Tara. Turned 29.
Happy 29.
Congratulations. You're a woman now.
How does it feel to be a woman?
Okay, good. I finally got my first period, so everyone knows.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
In case you're
Goodness.
wondering.
You're so mature.
Yeah.
Period. I remember those.
Wow.
I love
Wide
it.
range.
We
You're
spanned
in
the
for
whole
quite a ride.
female experience here.
Well, if you need any advice, let me know.
No. I've had
And
many,
that's
but
That
yes,
should be
it
a
was-
very special episode of She Nerds Out.
Special
Yeah, it
episode
was-
we don't need to have.
can skip that one.
Okay.
That's a skip. It was been a nice birthday for like 2 weeks because it started really with a shared celebration, sort of. I just kind of tagged along one day with Anne and Noe.
Hold us.
So-
No. There was no tagging along.
I crashed today.
What are you even talking about?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you.
Oh, okay.
Listener Alex, she's also our tech department coordinator here. When we knew she was coming back into town, and we looked at the old calendar there, and we saw that there was 3 very important birthdays coming up at the same time. And we knew that we had to do something. Now Anne turned 21. You only do that once, so we had a kind of a weekend theme for her. But then we knew we were going to have dinner with you and Noe, chip department here at Snot. And even though I kind of blew the surprise when I texted you earlier in the week, I was immediately like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have mentioned Noe's birthday because now Tara's going to think we fucking forgot her birthday. So anyways, I almost blew it. But the point is, Tara, you were not tagging along. It was all orchestrated. You have no idea how sneaky Alex and the rest of us can be.
Okay.
There's no tagging along. We wanted to celebrate you.
Well, I had a very good time. We went to Tam O'Shanter's, very awesome Scottish restaurant in Atwater Village here in LA. It's a very adorable place. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was nice to see Alex and everybody in town. And we had a good time. Then we went to, what was that place called? The Bigfoot
With the Bigfoot
Lounge.
Sasquatch or something.
Yes,
Bigfoot
Lounge.
Lodge.
No, there were no Sasquatches there. I was kind of disappointed there were no like life-size Sasquatches. I was
It's
kind of disappointed.
interesting, isn't it? It's a weird way to go.
Yeah. And then Wendy took me out the day after my birthday to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched
That's
some
awesome.
March Madness.
Love
Because
that.
they got
Some
a lot of
wings.
TVs and wings are good.
Yeah.
All the TVs.
So it's been a nice, it's like a birthday month, I like to say. That's how I like to celebrate. I am one of those people.
Everybody should be.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's just fine to be celebrated for however long you want to be celebrated. You can just extend it
Hell
for however
yeah.
long you want.
Yeah, I don't understand
Anyway.
when people just want to just ignore my birthday. it's a day all about you and anyone else who happens to be born on that day. So
Yeah.
Milk it
own
all.
it, work it. By the way, like you said, Noe has a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Noe!
Happy birthday, Noe.
What day? On the 22nd. That's
Wednesday.
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 Coming
Happy
up.
birthday,
Nice.
Noe. If you still want to know what day it is, let's see. Let's see what day it is on. On the Tuesday.
Wow.
National Common Courtesy Day.
Oh.
Nobody celebrates that.
Courtesy. Oh, Noe, your birthday's on National Goof Off Day.
Oh,
That's fun.
That's also National Bavarian Crepes Day, if you
Sure,
want.
yeah.
And National West Virginia Day. So, Noe, on your birthday, goof off by going to West Virginia, having some Bavarian crepes.
Nice. Too bad it's not
And,
like Chips Day.
Oh my God.
Tara?
Perfect. Yes.
The day after, on the 23rd, it's National Chip and Dip Day.
No way.
It is. She missed it by one day.
That's
It's also National Puppy Day.
No.
And
No,
ironically, National Near Miss Day because it was almost her birthday. That's true.
Noe's our chip supplier.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
I have eaten so many chips solely because I know Noe.
You can't
Thanks,
comprehend the amount of chips this woman has in her car at all times.
Yeah. She just opens her trunk and chips
Just
She's like a
pour
dealer.
out
cascade out. You can
like a clown car of chips. Just
unbelievable.
Here's a day I'm celebrating early right now. This isn't water. National Cocktail Day.
Oh.
Okay.
just straight up.
Say
Wow.
vodka, gin.
Yeah,
What is
I
that?
don't know what's in here. Some bubbly.
Oh.
I don't know
Look,
what's in here.
it's been a day.
Oh my goodness.
Some kind of that Michael Bublé bubbly drink and some kind of something I had in the cabinet. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. Good
Whatever,
for you,
it works.
Wendy.
That's the days. That's the days that matter.
I think it's worth mentioning this is a Monday. We don't normally
That's
record
true.
on a Monday, so we've all worked today.
Yeah.
So I think things are a little spicy.
I know. We're usually like, it's the weekend.
Yeah.
We're refreshed. But today it's like, no, I've been through some stuff. And I gotta go to bed early. It's been a day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whatever. Terry, you're almost to the age you're gonna make noises like that, like when you get up, sit down.
That's good. That's a good start. You'll get there. That's good.
Wow. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, 30. Hey, did y'all watch the Oscars?
Hey, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Or did you watch the Last of Us finale? Because
Ooh,
they
or
came
both.
on at the same time.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you
it's so
could.
weird.
It's not like you had to choose. Of course, you can
No.
watch the other one. But I was surprised they didn't do the whole pre. Like they did for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They let Last
Yeah,
of
it's
Us.
interesting.
Yeah, didn't
What-
release it on Friday.
Apparently
What
they
does that
weren't-
say about the Oscars compared to the
Exactly.
Super Bowl?
They weren't worried about it.
No, even though their star was at the Oscars, Pedro Pascal.
That's right. He
Yeah.
presented.
And when they introduced him, I couldn't tell if he was saying as in like right now or he's like, well, right now you're probably watching him on either Disney Plus or HBO Max.
Yeah.
And I was like, does it mean right at the second? Because probably some people are. But,
Yeah. No, I think there was a play on that because
Yeah,
literally.
he's doing pretty well.
he's having a moment.
He's doing pretty
And
well.
it's not going to end anytime soon. I watched both. I watched, the finale after the Oscars. You know what? I'm a little disappointed in my predicting winners for the Oscars. That usually I would look at, who do people think's going to win
Right.
compared to who will win. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't give Jamie Lee Curtis a chance. Because when I looked back after she won, I thought, you know what? Okay, Angela Bassett took Critics' Choice and Golden Globes. Press, critics, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis took the SAG Award. Actors.
Actors.
And I felt
Interesting,
like
Wendy.
people love her. And I don't think there was going to be a split. You were either going to go Angela Bassett or someone from Everything Everywhere.
Yeah.
And
good
it's like,
point.
Stephanie Shu, welcome to the party. You're just lucky to be here. Even if you might have been the best one. But we know Jamie Lee. Well, seriously, well, that's what they, you're new. Look, if you'd been been around this thing longer, you could have probably won. But it's like, you know how the Oscars are. It's like if you're new and you have a great performance and you're in there, you might sneak through. But when there's somebody like Jamie Lee Curtis, I feel like they're gonna be like, oh my God, we love her. And you know what I think sealed the deal? The picture of her with Michelle Yeoh when Michelle Yeoh won, I think it was the Gold Globe, and there's a picture of Jamie Lee "Wah!" And people love her.
Yeah, she's all around. I mean, I don't, people talk. You don't hear anybody say anything bad about Jamie Lee Curtis.
No. She seems so just down to earth, and I don't know if she is, but she comes across that way.
She does come across that way, and very sort of, she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Right.
She definitely showed so much enthusiasm and excitement this whole award season for not just the movie, but everybody in it, and for her to be invited to the big show at the Oscars. She did seem super excited. I think her winning and what you just said, Wendy, kind of sums up the whole ceremony. Because it was like the feel good Oscar year.
Oh God, wasn't it though?
Right.
It was starting with Kiwi
oh my
Kwan.
God, I was crying 5 minutes in.
What's her name? Couldn't even get their name out without crying. And I was like, oh my God, I was already crying, but when he won,
yeah.
And then
Jamie Lee was right after him.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so Key, Jamie, Michelle Yeoh, and Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Brendan Fraser winning. Another feel good story.
Yeah, freaking Harrison Ford hugging Key at the end.
Yeah,
Encino
Man's
year.
Encino
Man's year.
It seriously was.
It definitely was the feel good Oscars. Sarah Polley won for Best Adapted Screenplay. That was so exciting.
Yeah.
I was super excited about that. And yeah, you get to see people win who have never won before and who, like you said, Wendy, they've all been around a long time, man.
Right.
Yeah. And I think Angela Bassett, so I actually watched Wakanda, the movie.
Forever?
Yeah, this last weekend. It was beautiful, and I loved that it was a big, in memoriam to Chadwick Boseman, and it was great. It had to be that. And Angela Bassett has a role in that. I don't
was
know
it Oscar worthy?
I don't think it was. I think it was.
It's
It's
very
Angela
small.
Bassett.
Yeah,
Let's give her a nomination.
Right.
Kind of has one main speech in it.
Yeah,
and not a big part other than that.
Not really. And again, if Jamie Lee Curtis isn't in that nomination pool, I think she probably wins it because it's Angela Bassett. And let's feel good about ourselves to give Angela this award.
Jamie Lee Curtis is Jamie Lee Curtis. So there's between Jamie Lee and Stephanie Hsu, honestly, if it was just between them, just straight up what they had to work with, probably go Stephanie Hsu because she was amazing. That ain't how this works.
She had an incredible role in that movie.
Really
like Stephanie, she plays the villain. She plays the villain and she plays this, cool queer.
She was fantastic.
Great, incredible. But she will be around for a very long time.
And Jamie Lee Curtis
Jamie Lee is not going to be around.
The pedigree from the parents. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis ever had in her mind that this was like she came from freaking Halloween and she's still doing Halloween and she's done stuff. But I don't think anyone ever thought, wow, Jamie Lee Curtis is really overdue. I don't even think she's been nominated. I don't know.
I don't think she has
okay, that was going to be my
question.
question.
This is so far out of left field. Like, you would not have expected Jamie Lee Curtis Oscar winner to be a thing.
No. And here we are. Part of her speech was like basically saying, I do genre movies. Thank you for everyone who's a fan of those types of movies. And she happens to be in another genre movie that swept the Oscars.
A really good genre movie.
A really good one.
With Michelle Yeoh, who's done a lot of, martial arts and, things. And then Kiwi Kwan, who's, after Indiana Jones, which Temple of Doom was on yesterday. And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm really interested to watch it. But, he's been thinking he was done. And his wife's like, your time will come. Your time will come. He's like, stop saying that. You don't know. And he's been doing behind the scenes, like the stunts and the fights and things. And
he was working on set.
He had his moment. Brendan Fraser.
Encino Man.
Yeah.
And of course he was in Encino Man, which I'd forgotten. I didn't realize that he was in that movie.
Probably most people forgot until this award season. And I thought the whole ceremony was nice. I enjoyed it. I didn't even hate Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he was fine.
I hated him. I can't stand him.
I know.
I like him.
compare-
I don't like him as an Oscar host.
I'm not saying
I don't
there's
like
aren't
him as a
better
person,
people,
I'm just
but
gonna
I
say
thought
it.
he was fine.
Yeah,
Have you
some of
seen
those
his other
bits-
stuff?
Some of his bits were just.
I'm just
like,
saying I didn't hate him
no.
that night.
Not funny.
Okay, don't go up to Malala and do
That was
that kind
the
of
worst
that was
moment of the
fucking
whole night.
terrible.
You leave Malala alone.
Whoever approved that to like fuck, and even just the content of it. Do you know what she's been through?
Exactly.
Like
I know it was. I think that was the
like,
point. It was joking about how
no, you
stupid
just-
the question was. Like, hey,
no.
Malala, what do you think about this? Like,
No.
obviously,
No, it was on par kind of with something that had I just don't. It was
Just
completely.
there are
just wrong.
so many other people there to fuck with. Don't fuck with Malala.
Yes. Thank you. Exactly. There's just so many other people.
Go bug Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yes. So whoever
agree
just hope
with you.
Malala
gave
got
that
to meet
green
Rihanna.
light.
Did
What?
she get to meet Rihanna? She was so excited to see her, Rihanna, Malala. She
I
wanted
hope so. I hope she gets
I
whatever
would
she
hope.
wants.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's like if I heard that and I was Rihanna, I'd be like, oh well, I'm gonna go meet her. I want to go
Yes.
meet Malala
People
because
should
she's
want
awesome.
to meet her. People
Exactly.
should be lining up to meet
Exactly.
Malala.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy
No,
Kimmel.
Jimmy.
All
Fucking
right,
hate
forget
him.
Jimmy,
No.
but the rest of it, I
What he did
thought
to
was
Quinta? Ugh,
nice.
it's terrible.
It was
Hate
all
him.
I know
bad.
that was annoying.
It
I
was
get
just
it.
all bad.
Go
I
look at
get
his
it.
what is it? His other man show skits.
Oh, the
and
man
his other,
show
the
with
things
Adam
I'm not
other-
Sandler.
saying I
some
like him overall.
Look up
I'm
some
just
of his
saying
other things he's
I didn't
done.
hate him at the Oscars. I thought
I
he could have
forgot
been worse.
about the man show.
Believe me, after watching
Oh,
the Golden
no.
Globes and the host of the Golden Globes, he was fantastic. Jimmy Kimmel was, because that guy was not funny to me and boring.
It's just
And if you're going to
the
be
bar was-
controversial or say things, then at least don't be boring about it. Jimmy Kimmel was a freaking pro compared to that guy. So
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
the bar was set low.
The bar was set very low by that
so
guy.
low.
Very low. So anyway,
Uh,
look, I'm not saying his humor doesn't work in a small club somewhere. Not on a word stage. But anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed watching him. I
It
was
was a
kind of
good-
into
it
it
was a
more
good
this
show.
year than I had been. Maybe because of Everything Everywhere, but it was fun. I enjoyed the Oscars.
yeah, and it won every other award basically. It was
Almost,
huge.
yeah.
It was
There was
huge.
just a few that didn't win, but it won a lot. It won a lot. Editing,
Incredible.
obviously. Screenplay, I think it won.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Directing.
screenplay, directing, picture.
Amazing.
3 of the 4 acting awards.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
and if it had a Best Actor nomination, it would probably won that too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Should we move on?
I think
Sure.
so.
Are we done with our Billy Bob Thornton impersonations? Hey guys, it's time for a mail sack. Our mail sack, to be specific.
All right. Can I go first?
Please.
Because you gave me AK, so I gotta get my vocal cords warmed up because but at least AK starts they start with a good topic for me. AK title of the email is "Oh my." I just noticed that there's a new series of Sex Life. Poor Wendy, a second series of the Shahi doing her thing on screen with her boyfriend. Am I the only one who thinks this is a tiny bit weird? Wendy, did you ever finish series 1? No. And I don't think I want to. And then I read there were scenes in season 2 that were shocking to Shahi.
Oh,
and
no.
People are like, I don't even want to be in the room. Like, I can't watch this. And then my friend Lori sent me an article today where she's like, oh, I don't even have to act when I'm with Adam, like who plays her boyfriend on the
That's
show and
so-
in real life. I'm like, I hope that means
No.
emotionally and not sex scenes.
No,
'cause
no,
I don't,
Um,
look, Shahi, I
weird.
love you. I owe you. But I can't do it. I can't watch Sex Life, and I don't want to. Anyway,
And I don't want
and if
to.
I do, I'm just gonna fast forward through all the. Look, I don't want to watch you have sex every 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Anyway, so AK continues. It's been snowing again here, which is not the most joyful or clement of conditions for a gardener. Some of my plants will probably die.
Oh no.
aw.
That face. They thought it was spring. It's the lambs I feel sorry for. This is not nice for them. The barn raised will just be put back in. Oh, the barn raised will just be put back inside. But the field grown are out now, and they're tiny and it's freezing.
Aw.
Poor little buggers. Makes me sad. Anyway, So there are only 51 countries in the entire world where you've not been downloaded.
Wow.
Considering English is the first language and only 67 of the over 144 that you've had listeners in, that's absolutely mental and very impressive. Okay, sometimes it'll maybe be people traveling for business or pleasure, but wow, that's impressive. The international empire of the snop. So,
Ooh, I like
which are
that.
the 51
We're
you've
not a
had?
colonizing force. I don't think we should
Yet.
go with that.
No.
Not yet. So, which are the 51 you've had no downloads in? And who can we send to go and download episodes there? Anyone going to Greenland anytime soon? I'm just guessing you've never had a download on Greenland. Tell me if I'm wrong. That would be excellent. Everyone organize your holidays to go to really obscure places and push up the numbers. We can hit them all. A trip to the Channel Islands would be great fun. I'm experiencing minor smugness that the UK was, as I supposed, your second biggest audience. Delighted to hear Sir Beck is not all alone in the antipodes. Antipodes? Antipodes?
Not sure.
I don't know. Sounds like a thriving colony down there. I look forward to the too stupid to read AK's email.
We all are, Wendy. You're the most qualified.
I don't know. I look forward to the day we hear that there has been a national snot meetup there, or anywhere, in fact.
Hey.
Hey, damn.
Backhanded
Come on.
compliment. What was that?
Whoa.
Technically, you had a little one with a third of us. Anyway, what I'm hearing here is that there is actually a genuine fuck ton out of us out there. Like, much more than a shitload? Loads of us? Hey, world! Excellent to know you're all out there. Whoop! It's very sweet of anonymous beer buyer to offer me shortcuts for finding the best bits of Xena. But my Xenite is, like Wendy, moderately adamant that I should suffer through / experience the whole of Xena in order to understand and have the full experience. And having made it through the first 20 episodes, I suppose I may as well see it through in full. Plus, watching her mortification at some of the worst bits is both amusing and satisfying. I don't think I want to give that up. Right. Off for lunch now with Wanda. Ciao, Sir AK.
Nice. First 20. You're getting there. Made progress. It's pretty good. Almost to the second season. That will be your reward.
AK. You can
That
do
will
it.
be your reward.
It gets better, AK. It gets
wait.
better.
Can't wait till yeah.
Next.
All right. Next, I have a little birthday card, sort of, birthday email from Girl67. Just a little picture of a little flower.
That's
a
so
little
sweet.
spring flower. It says, "Happy birthday, Tara." From Girl67. Thank you very much. That's very nice. I appreciate that.
That's very
And,
sweet.
Yeah,
And you got
thank
some
you.
love on the Twitter, too.
I did.
You got some Twitter love.
I did. I kept seeing the alerts pop up. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, I have an email.
Deal.
It's entitled Candy Corn.
Oh, uh-oh.
And they say, "Hi, all. I just can't get enough. Been listening consistently at work when I can sneak my earbuds in. It's legit a problem because I'm weirdly good at it. And I'm afraid I might like the rush of it. It's adding a whole new excitement I didn't know I needed in my life. But I digress. I'm still trying to catch up to the end, because I think she means end of, she is getting caught up on our episodes.
Okay.
Because I need to listen in order, but in the last 3 or 4 episodes, candy corn has been coming up consistently. I've been doing my best to contain myself, but it has come to the point that I can't silence myself anymore.
Oh, no.
And I quote, "I hate candy corn.
Oh, boy.
Whatever.
I feel my childhood flashbacks rising to the surface. In mostly a funny way, though. In my school, kids used to use them as air weapons. And let me tell you, those fuckers hurt. But still not as bad as they tasted."
Oh,
That's such a great setup. Just had to get that out. Love yous all. Hope yous never stop your epic escapades. Thanks for putting up with my loud ass. From your friendly neighborhood nerd.
Wow.
Thanks, friendly neighborhood nerd. Appreciate the
Thanks.
support.
I feel attacked. I feel like someone just flicked a candy corn at my
Oh.
face. But I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to eat it because they're delicious.
No.
Yeah, I would too. Shoot them right at me in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and I'm going to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me.
No comment.
Right in
Because
the
it's
mouth.
Right
delicious.
in the mouth.
Ew. All right.
The candy corn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They're so gross.
Candy corns.
Get your mind's out of the gutter.
29 years old.
Why is it crowding yours? Okay. You ready for another email from
Yes.
Alex?
Absolutely.
Alex says, "I'm still around." Greetings, Snops. I can't even remember the last time I emailed you, and it's so wrong in so many ways. Writing to you means I get to take a break from my crazy life and think about fun things, and I need that back. Now that I've finally started the email, I've forgotten half the stuff I was going to say, so I'm going to wing it. LOL. First, can we start a petition to have more table reads done by this podcast? More specifically, Avatrice.
Avatrice. God. Ava. It's Beatrice.
Wendy, keep
Not
talking.
Ava.
Hey, I
Avatrice.
know. I thought about that as soon as I said it wrong. Avatrice, right?
Yes.
Avatrice content and in a British accent. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's
Speaking
okay.
of-
It's Monday.
Okay, Avatrice. Speaking of podcasts, it's taking me longer to catch up on old episodes. I really want that seat at the round table. If AK is still taking candidates, that is. And I've gotten to where Tara talks about starting one about Grays. It's been a while, but I thought I would bring the idea back. We need that in our lives. How can we make this happen? Well,
Funny enough, I just started to rewatch. I just put on episode
No.
1 the other
No,
day.
you
My
did
God.
not.
I did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
And you know what? I was like, damn, I love Meredith.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking hot.
I get it.
Aw.
I get it. Well, we'll see you when we see you.
Well, are you gonna make a podcast
First
about
in.
it?
Oh, I barely have time for this podcast. I got to focus on this podcast.
Good
Well.
answer.
Yeah.
That was a test.
One
Let
or
us
the
know
other.
if you catch anything new.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know.
Please.
We'll do some
All right.
specials, special segments.
I love it.
And along those same episodes, the Nerd News intro has debuted. I gotta say, the Wendy original continues to be a personal favorite, but I got all excited when I finally got to hear the new version. So my old one was like, Nerd News, Nerd News. Is there a different one? Or just
Well, yeah,
the
there's the
fancy
one-
version of that one?
There's the one that you made. The
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
Nerd
right.
News.
And where
Nerd
it's not just me
News.
going, dee dee dee. Okay.
I repeat, we have breaking
Nerd.
news.
Yep.
I keep hoping we actually have real breaking news, like
One
while
day.
Yeah.
we're recording.
Mhm.
Someday. All right. So, Alex continues. I thought my brain would help, but it's not. So I'll wrap it up for now. I know the feeling, Alex. Oh, wait. I just remembered something. I watched the movie 65 a couple of nights ago. I only knew about it because you mentioned it the other day.
Yeah.
Though I wasn't sure what to expect, I actually enjoyed it. Quite an
cool.
interesting premise, which I won't spoil, but you guys may like it. Okay, I've rambled enough. Hopefully I can get my groove back and email you more often. Cheers, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. Speaking of movies we might enjoy, as Wendy brought up and then I confirmed, that new D&D movie is getting good reviews. Very good reviews. It's got 40 reviews and it's at 90%
That's amazing.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Much
Well, you
better
know,
than the new Shazam.
There's
So.
not a
Oh,
male.
really?
There's not a female lead, really. So that's why.
Well,
it's
no wonder
getting
the fanboys like it.
Michelle Rodriguez is like a guest.
Oh.
Is like not the lead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slipped a little bit to 88%, but still, that's
Okay.
better than I thought I'd get.
How
I
many
agree.
reviews now?
Let me check.
Because if it's gotten like 150 reviews now, it's only down to 88%. Then
Yeah, that's not
still-
bad.
yeah.
Considering.
Right.
Let's see. It says 49.
Oh, okay. So just a few more reviews, but
Yeah, but
hey,
still, that's pretty good.
I mean, for what it could, it
Right,
could have
yes.
been a very epic disaster. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's better reviews
So
than I
that's a-
expected.
It's
I'm
a good
just-
sign.
I'm very interested to see if there's. I know that some people are boycotting. Are you going to see it,
Oh my
Kat,
God. Of
as a
course I'm
D&D?
going to see it. It looks
Okay.
amazing. It looks
So
so
aren't some
fun.
D&D people kind of boycotting it because of the whole Hasbro D&D controversy of the rights and everything?
I don't care.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But you
Everybody's
think
got to be
mostly
mad
people are going
about
to be
something.
going to see it.
I'm not a hardliner. I'm not like,
Okay.
I'm completely obsessed with D&D, but I
Yeah.
don't, I want to enjoy the content. I don't want
Yeah.
to not enjoy the content. And also, people are upset that like, oh, that's an owl bear and a druid can't turn into an.
Yeah,
Shut
well,
up.
Yeah.
Go watch the movie.
Right. I can't imagine how many things like hardcore D&Ders are going to really just rip apart. I can't imagine. I
Oh
would
my
hate to be
God.
like a consultant on that film that there's going to be like a whole Reddit page just
Exactly.
like let's rip that apart.
it's exhausting.
100%.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
You can't. You just I can't, how do you live your life like that?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I like the idea of D&D. I don't play myself really. But I love the idea of it. And but yeah, I'm excited to see it. I mean, especially now that it has good reviews. I love the fantasy genre and
Yeah, exactly.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to be a D&D fan to enjoy it because it's a
No.
fantasy movie. It's fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can't wait.
Well,
Did we throw to the nerd news yet?
I don't remember. I think we just talked about the theme.
Yeah,
we
we talked
just
about the
do it-
theme. But
Just in case.
Well, then let's do some nerd news.
nerd news, nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news.
Huh. It's kind of a bummer segment.
Kind of yeah.
Wah, wah.
So yeah, this was when did this news break? I know one of you broke it for me. It showed up in the thruple
Was it
thread.
Saturday or Friday? I think it was Friday.
Friday.
I think I broke the next cancellation, but who broke?
Yeah, you
which
did.
one of us
I broke
this
League
one?
of Their Own. I
It
saw
would've
a
been
that's
post.
right.
Wendy.
Because
Yeah.
we've got not
Dominic
one but two
mentioned it.
cancellations in
Yay!
this
So
nerd
close.
news.
So close
Well,
to
okay,
each other.
League of Their Own is kind of a cancellation, but at least this is where the bar is. We're getting 4 episodes of closure. That's
Yes,
that makes League of Their Own and Amazon Prime the winner. That's where we are.
It's a
They've set
unicorn.
the bar. They've set the bar for us.
Very low, but at least there's a bar, and it's
The
4
lowest
episodes.
bar.
Yes. So they've given us a new quote season. The season now is 4 episodes.
They better be long episodes.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they're like 30, 45 minutes? People will freak
I
out.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to read part of this from Hollywood Reporter. If you haven't heard, what are you on an island? Maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you're one of those countries. All right. It says the retail giant / streamer, following months of negotiations, has handed out a second and final season, using the word season very loosely, season renewal for the series. The Sony Pictures television produced show will conclude with a 4-episode season. The news follows months of renegotiations to lower the show's licensing fee. And the cast had to sign new deals. Given the order is for half the episodes that were featured in season 1, sources say. So I'm guessing this licensing fee had something to do with it because of the League of Their Own, whatever this fee is, I guess.
Right.
I guess it just was too much compared to the licensing fee, say, for something like Lord of the Rings. I guess in comparison, they just couldn't afford the League of Their Own licensing fee.
Oh my God.
And the same, I guess that just tipped it over the edge.
Because you
after-
mentioned it, Amazon spent $250 million to secure the TV rights for that Lord of the Rings show.
And the total production cost for the show in general is in the billion range.
Yeah.
For one season. So I can't imagine how much this cast is being paid for League of Their Own versus the cast of Lord of the Rings or just the production in general of Lord of the Rings. How much is being spent on that?
Just a bunch of people running around not throwing baseballs.
Right. Just
That's
think
true.
of the
The effects budget for the fake
Right.
baseballs is what did them in. Yeah.
it was that one stupid fake baseball
Why?
that didn't even look good.
Could have saved thousands of dollars an episode.
Like, can we
Right,
get
why
more
did-
episodes if you have them throw real balls?
Right, they just throw a real freaking ball. That was the key.
That was it, man. I'm telling you. They spent way too much on those effects. They were not good.
Oh man,
Oh, golly.
so we can't have the nice things.
No.
Um,
But
So we
you
get-
know, this is them giving us something.
mhm.
They gave us scraps, guys. We're getting scraps. So be happy, okay?
Yep.
Don't expect nice things.
Come for us. That's what they're saying. Just
Yeah.
be
You go
grateful.
for the other guy. You go
Yeah.
after Netflix.
Yeah, you
Don't
go
come
after that
us.
Netflix. They didn't give you your Warrior Nun. Don't come for us. Except they did give us technically a season 2. So
That's true. Full season 2.
yeah, full
It's just
season
they're
2.
all just coming at once.
Yeah.
Man.
It just
that's
feels
what she
like every
said.
show everybody's wanting to see come back. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. It's just not.
Yeah, and Will Graham, the showrunner, put out a statement, just a comment related to it. Just says, the one thing I'll say at this moment is that A League of Their Own is not a small or niche show. The audience is domestic, but our understanding is that it's very big. It has outperformed many other shows that have been renewed. Journalists, please stop reinforcing the narrative that person of color / queer shows are inherently niche or small if you don't have the data. That narrative is racist and homophobic and all the other stuff. Please cover these things with some thought and care. So, there's a lot of talk when these shows come out that, there's a very small audience or that they're niche. But that kind of reinforces that narrative as well.
Yeah,
when they're
exactly.
covered in that way. So, yeah. And it was a lot of data did come out after this was announced, showing the streaming hours versus some of the other Amazon shows that did get renewed. It was right up there along
Really?
with most of those that did get renewed. And it had better reviews than most of those critic reviews. So
What the fuck?
yeah.
don't get it.
But maybe it was that licensing fee. It's got that League of Their Own brand on it. So
Yeah, that powerful brand
yeah.
that people are just clamoring
League
for.
of Their Own empire.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That franchise.
It
So
it just doesn't add up, guys. It doesn't make sense.
yeah.
You Amazon Prime, may we have some more?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, what was their expectation or what are they going into it? Feels like they
Yeah.
would have had something kind of worked out for a long-term plan for licensing, something like that. Like I'm
You'd
sure
think.
they do for Lord of the Rings. Do they have to, I don't think they have to renegotiate the licensing fee for that season 2. I think they just bought it, right? So
I
what
would imagine.
I think they
they
own
would've.
that, so I'm just curious as to how that works out. But
But I mean, if you're saying that it performed as good or better than some shows that were renewed, and Abby Jacobson isn't a huge name, Darcy Carden not a huge name. Like what if what were they expecting? Were they expecting this
Right.
huge, Stranger Things or whatever new big things are right now,
Right.
Last of Us level of show?
I didn't know if they expected that League of Their Own to bring in a lot of more general audience,
Yeah.
like it did, like the movie did, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so confusing to me.
And was
It's
the
very
movie this smash hit? I don't remember.
Actually, it
was a-
was.
it was
It was a
it?
pretty big hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
So maybe they really expected more of that to make it more worth their
Maybe,
investment
but I
into
mean,
that
the
licensing fee.
show doesn't. I mean, other than the whole, and the nods to the show, but the movie was I mean, it was a pure comedy. This one definitely was more grounded in realistic kind of thing. I mean, the movie was a completely different animal.
It was,
I
and you
mean-
had Tom
Penny
Hanks
Marshall,
and Gina Davis and
Madonna.
Madonna.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge names.
Very
in that movie.
big stars. Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right.
Different resources that they
Yeah.
were given.
Very.
They had real baseballs. So, there's that. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
They did have
tracks.
a real baseball budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If
Apparently,
that's
a wrap-up movie was also considered.
Hmm.
So, I mean, maybe we'll get slightly more time than a movie with 4 episodes. It depends how
hope
long they
so.
are, I guess. But
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then the question is, okay, is there a time jump? Is
I bet
it,
there will be.
Right.
Is it into the next season? Is it at the end of the league? Like, we don't know.
That's what I'm
Right.
guessing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it'll
But
be interesting. But I feel like it's gonna suck having missed a lot of what happened from where we left it to where they're gonna end it. That they're just not gonna get to show.
right.
Yep.
A lot of stories are going to be cut out.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be sad. We'll get a
4
few more,
episodes.
yeah, baseball
not much.
montages, but hopefully get more story than baseball. But
I mean, I love a baseball montage.
Well, on a brighter note, no, just kidding.
Wow.
I'm not sure how I
Roughly.
really feel about this. I don't
was
really
the
think it's a
next-
brighter note.
Okay,
The next day this came out.
Yes, the next day when everyone was like, "Well, at least we still have hope about Willow.
Oh,
Maybe
you
Willow. We
suckers.
still
like,
have
hey,
Willow.
wait,
You were
let's
so
dash that
naive.
hope while they're down. Let's kick them
Let's kick them."
Let's just
Yeah.
kick.
Then on my birthday, this
Oh,
news broke.
God.
Willow canceled after single season on Disney Plus. Says the streamer. It says the journey of Willow won't continue on Disney Plus. The streamer has canceled the Lucasfilm series, a sequel to blah blah blah. We know that. The news comes 2 months after the 8-episode season concluded its run. Disney doesn't provide viewing data for its programming, but Willow didn't break into the Nielsen top 10 rankings of streaming titles during its run.
How dare you?
But earned mostly positive reviews from critics. And it does mention how it comes during a transition period where there's, a lot of reconsideration of its output of the Star Wars franchise and some of its other, other things that aren't going through with production.
Yeah.
So that was, it was first reported by Deadline. And everyone was really sad and had a lot of things to say about it. But then I think it was the next day. Wasn't the same day, right? It was the next day. I
think
believe.
it was
At least
a day or two. Yeah.
a day or two. John Kasdan, the show's creator, put out something on Twitter, a lengthy statement. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the whole thing.
Do it.
And then you guys can decide for yourselves. All right. Dear Willow supporters and vocal opposition, you guys get in here too. Writing to you today, one preposterously, criminally, and immeasurably lucky fool. The outpouring of kind words, support, and passion for our shabby, idiosyncratic little show has been nothing short of mind-blowing and profoundly moving, not just for me, but for everyone who worked their butts off on it. We're all expressively grateful and thrilled that you enjoy watching it almost as much as we enjoy making it, even those of you who didn't enjoy it yet stuck with it for 8 hours to critique each episode and let us know exactly which choices you weren't a fan of. That too is its own incredibly specific form of flattery, and we appreciate it. As a lifelong devotee of Deadline Hollywood, I also appreciate that punchy headlines drive clicks. So I understand how Willow canceled after one season on Disney Plus is fun and juicy. However, as I'm nearly certain I've had more conversations about this in the last couple weeks than Nelly and Driva, of whom I remain an ardent fan. That's the author of the article, I assume. I feel fairly confident that, if asked, neither I nor the folks at Lucasfilm would or have actually characterized it quite that way. The truth is less splashy, but here it is. A decision was made last week to release our main cast for other series opportunities that may arise for them in the coming year. With all the TV and movies in production around the world, it feels unfair to limit an actor's availability without a clear sense of when you're going to need them again. It's further trivialized by the simple reality that the scripts we've been working on require just as many actors from our first season, with whom no such contractual hold exists. Nothing prevented Annabelle Davis, for example, from taking another show, but you better believe Mims appears in every single Volume 2 chapter. If you're asking what this means for you as a viewer or me as a creator, here's what I think it means. Due to forces much larger and more intricate than I would ever pretend to fully understand, production of streaming shows is slowing down across the entire industry, and Willow won't resume filming in the next 12 months. But here's what's equally true. With the enthusiastic and unwavering support of Lucasfilm and Disney, we've developed and written what we hope is a brain-meltingly fun, richer, darker, and better Volume 2, which builds on the characters and story of our first 8 chapters. The Worm Survives. I know the fandom can be divisive. I know sometimes people can say mean things, but I gotta tell you from deep inside, that has not been my experience at all. I love all you guys, and I relate and identify with every single person who is passionate about Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Willow, even if we crave slightly different things from them. I think an open dialogue and fan involvement only enriches these worlds as they grow larger, fuller, and more inclusive. I have the best job in the world, and if you think I don't deserve it, you're absolutely right. No one deserves to have this much fun at work. I love everyone and have had the tremendous good fortune to collaborate with these the past 9 years, and couldn't be more excited for what lies ahead. Ignore the bird, follow the river. I promise it'll take you where you need to go, John. And then he included a picture of the 3 volumes that were in the end credits of the show.
Right.
Okay. So what I didn't hear there was that that's incorrect. We are renewed for season 2.
Right.
I heard a lot of hopeful things there.
Hopeful,
Right.
but I feel
didn't
like
hear that was expressly wrong reporting, incorrect reporting.
Well,
Right.
I feel like if it was flat out, hey guys, we're not going to make any more. Thanks for trying. You're great, but move on. I do feel
Right.
like he would have said, I'm as disappointed as you guys. Thank you for all our fans. I feel like why put all that out there if there's, and it may never happen, but I feel like the door isn't 100% closed. But it still feels like, yeah, series though, series of television seasons, they'll go a long. Look at Westworld, and you never heard of like Westworld's canceled. Oh no, we just don't know when we're going to shoot again. Like you just knew they were coming back, even if it was like 2 years later. So I don't know why in this case they're like, no, we just let all the actors go because we can't hold them. And we don't know when we're coming back. Like this doesn't usually happen unless you might not come back. You're not for sure coming back. I feel like that's definite.
I will
Like it's not 100% sure that they're not coming back.
I'll believe this if Disney comes out and says, yes,
right.
we support that and we haven't canceled it. We're figuring out the details and, still working through our decision. And it does take a lot, I don't know. It's one thing for the creator to come out and say this. And it is what he's saying about the production of streaming shows slowing down and won't resume filming for 12 months. And we don't want to limit our actors' availability. That's true for every single show out there, especially these big epic shows that, Game of Thrones. You don't see the Game of Thrones creators coming out and having to say stuff like this. Of course, they get renewed right away, but there's plenty of these big shows that you haven't heard about getting renewed. They don't have to come out and say stuff like this that, it's because we don't want to have our actors have to, wait, just in case. It's just very strange. Because if Disney said, yeah, we definitely want another season, then you figure out of course you write in all the characters one, of course you make the stories you want. But if someone agrees, an actor that you write into your next season decides to go off and do something else, then you make your adjustments. Right? I feel like that happens a lot, that you plan, we wrote Mims into every episode. But now it's 12 months later, but we got renewed, a year ago. so we have to make some adjustments. It just seems like Disney would still give their support
Yeah.
and definitely if this big cancellation came out and it was completely false, that they would come out and make some kind of statement. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few things going on here, and yeah, you're right. Showrunners don't normally have to come out and explain this sort of thing. And I don't have the Deadline article in front of me, but this might have been like some sort of a leak or some sort of like someone on the inside who's like misunderstood what they were looking at and let this reporter know, hey, by the way, I mean, was Disney quoted in that first Deadline article? Do we know? Probably should have thought to pull that up.
Yeah, we got the Hollywood Reporter article in front of us, so let me continue and I'll look it up.
I'm looking
Yeah, so
too.
you look
Okay.
for that. So that's first of all weird that if Disney isn't quoted in that Deadline article, then they're probably not going to comment on anything else, or feel the need to comment. But I also know that when you are writing on a show, if you're not getting paid to write, you're not writing anything. Writers don't like to work for free. So if they're still paying for him to develop and write season volume 2, I think that means Disney and Lucasfilm are still wanting to move forward with the show.
There
I don't
is
see
no
any quote like
no.
so and so from Disney says it's canceled. It just basically
Okay.
says, hey,
Yeah.
it's canceled.
In
So
fact, there is an update listed
Okay.
under
What
it.
is
It says
that?
update March 17th. Series
Breaking
creator
news?
John Kasdan on Thursday categorized Willow's status as more of a pause than cancellation, noting that season 2 has been written and he hopes it will eventually be made, but not for at least the next 12 months, leading to the decision to release the cast.
Okay.
Which I also feel like series, they often go 12 months before they film again.
Easy.
So,
I feel like
easy.
now I just assume I won't see a new show like this on a
Yeah.
streaming channel for at least a year.
Right. So, yeah, I think it's weird that the story came out at all, and it's also weird that he's having to kind of play this cleanup without Disney saying anything. It's just weird. So I think the story wasn't a story to begin with, and whoever this person was who wanted to make it into a story, it maybe wasn't the scoop that they thought it was. I don't know. And this happens all the time that, actors are released from the contract so they can go and get paid somewhere else. And usually a bit like when you say like, oh yeah, Game of Thrones and Westworld, it's usually they have a season. Like we know they're coming back though, right? When it's like, well, it's going to be like a year and a half, but at least we know they're coming back. Like, we didn't really know that with Willow. So it's all very confusing. I'm going to take him for his word, John Kasdan, and I want to believe that we will see volume 2 one day when all the, when the scripts are done and everyone's schedules align and everybody comes back. I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm going with. Because that's all we
Okay.
got.
What else we got? Yeah, exactly.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
But the fact that both of these shows made these announcements around the same time,
Yeah.
very upsetting.
Not much
Yeah,
to look
and-
forward to.
Very upsetting. Two shows that we really have talked about a lot on this podcast
Yeah.
because we loved them.
Yep.
They're breaking their heart.
Yeah. So we'll
Add them
see.
to the list. Add them to the list.
Gonna be a lot
Well-
older than 29 by the time we see Willow again, if we ever do.
Yeah, probably so.
Oh, golly gosh.
Well, here's some kind of not depressing entertainment news, I guess you could call it. I mean, it might be interesting. The Daniels, who just did y'all ever hear that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once? Well, they directed it.
Oh.
They're going to do an episode of the Star Wars series Skeleton Crew. So, okay, we got to look for the nuggets of happiness wherever they show up. I mean, I hope the show in itself is good, but that's cool that they're, and here's the thing. This goes well. I mean, my gosh, Star Wars is always looking for directors to do movies that don't get made.
Exactly.
So maybe they'll get to sign on to direct a Star Wars movie that we'll never see. Like the
Happens all
Barry
time.
Jenkins one, or the Ryan Johnson trilogy, or the Game of
Yeah.
Thrones dudes.
Yeah.
That's fine with me that they never did it. But
Yeah.
I mean, how many movies have been promised that never happened? So maybe they'll get to do a promised movie that they never do. But at least they're going to get to do an episode.
What's Skeleton Crew?
Who knows?
It's Jude
Oh, it's-
Law.
Jude
Law's
Law's in it.
in
I
it.
mean, it's.
That's all we know.
I forgot what it's even about.
Is it
It's,
live action or animated?
Yeah.
It's live action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me look it up because I feel like there's a bunch of Star Wars series that have been announced. I'm like, okay, well, like, I mean, they're more reliable with those than the films. Same time frame as The Mandalorian. Live action.
It centers on this is according to the Hollywood Reporter, who announced their directing. It centers on a group of kids lost in the galaxy trying to find their way. Hold on.
Sounds great.
We love kids here on the show.
Hold on.
Kids
We've
shows
only
are
heard
fun.
2 sentences about it. It might be good. Trying to find their way home.
Are they as skilled as Leia, Princess Leia, is getting away from bad guys or Obi-Wan?
It's a coming of age story. my
Is it just the
favorite.
kids running around escaping
Well,
people?
maybe the Daniels will do an
So
episode.
Jude Law is just running after these kids all fucking episode?
Maybe. But if the Daniels do it, at least he'll be fun.
Ah, come back here. Ah, oh no.
I can't catch you, little girl. Ah. Well,
Well,
okay.
there's that then. There's something to look forward to.
Yay. All right. Well, if you want to reach out, cry about any of these stories or whatever, give us hope that we'll get something better someday. We're on the Twitter at Snow Podcast with 1D.
Or Instagram and Facebook at She Nerds Out Podcast. If you got
You
any
can send. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, if you got any show recommendations, because we're pretty thin now. So,
That's true.
you know, any queer, nerdy shows that you want to recommend, throw them out.
Or if anybody knows when Retreat's coming out on FX, let me know because it's killing me not knowing. Anyway, nobody. knows.
Retreat? What is
Yeah,
that?
we'll get to that when it comes.
Oh,
out.
all right.
Trust me.
Or if you want to send us an email, you can email us with those recos of shows that we should be watching now that we have nothing else to look forward to. You can send those recommendations to shenerdsout@gmail.com. You can go to our website, shenerdsout.com. You can get some merch. You can buy us a beer. You can send us a voicemail or a message. It's where you go for your snopping needs and wants and desires.
Ooh, desires.
Oh.
All right. So till next week. She nerds
Out.
Out?
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things.